We keep on talking about the doctrines, we keep on talking about the theories, we keep on talking about the theorems, and we certainly try to reach an understanding of the same. Well, as I've just given you an idea in the previous video, we'll discuss a class which has only one member is distinct from its only member. Of course, a philosophical understanding. And then we move ahead to possible theories to account for this fact. And then we move on to the recapitulation of theories which has already been discussed. So we will recapitulate the theories discussed earlier. Then we'll move ahead to the subject of propositions, which might be plural. And we'll talk about the classes having only one member. We'll talk about the theories of types. We'll in fact draw a comparison and contrast on it. And then we talk about the implication and symbolic logic. We'll provide you the definition of cardinal numbers. We'll provide you the Freud's theory of series. We'll talk about Carey's criticism of Freud, and we'll move on to the next topic in the same discussion as we move ahead, and this is where we talk about the doctrine of types. Well, as we move ahead with the doctrine of types, we certainly have statement of doctrine, and our statement of doctrine, in fact, well, we do in fact provide you the doctrine of types. So we certainly introduce type, we define type, we in fact imagine type, get an idea about the type, and then move ahead with it. So we in fact give you the statement of the doctrine, what the doctrine in fact is all about. And next we'll talk about the numbers and propositions as types. So we'll identify numbers as types, we'll identify propositions as types. And then we'll have a study, rather a case study, where we discuss our propositional concepts in individuals, because whatever the propositional concepts we've got are the individual or that of the collective one. And then we move ahead with the contradiction arising from the question whether there are more classes of propositions than the propositions themselves. Let me reiterate. We'll discuss this idea, contradictions arising from the question whether there are more classes of propositions than propositions. Well, the number of classes of propositions goes beyond even the number of propositions. In fact, we'll talk about it, we'll have a discussion on it. And when we have such an understanding of the same, we'll move on to our study as we move ahead.